Hey, this is Will at FW Arms, and today I want to talk to you about our 9mm sizing die. I'm going to break this video up into a couple different parts, and there's actually going to be a second video because today I want to focus on the actual carbide ring that will be doing the sizing process. Monday, I have some custom hardware coming in, and we'll talk a little bit more about the decapping pin and the hold down, the dynamic hold down option that we'll have available for the unit. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Okay, so let's get into the meat of things. That's the carbide ring right here. We'll get that a little more into frame. As you can see, it's beefy. I think some people saw it and they saw this outer profile here and thought that we were going to have a dinky thin piece of material, but we don't. It's roughly 5/8 in diameter, and you do the math here. We hold that in with our standard profile nose piece here. This ledge right here is actually what positively retains it inside the tool steel cap here. Now we'll probably be making a tool steel cap such that there's very little carbide actually extending out of the tool steel nose, but that's the process of it here. So it'll just lightly press fit into the nose piece here, and that's how it's retained. So it can't push out, and it's not going to be able to push up. We'll go ahead and get the other hardware out here. Okay, so what we have is we're going to have our tool steel nose piece. We have our carbide insert. Then we'll have our threaded die body piece. We're going to have the backer cap, and we're going to have our main cap here. Now the cap might be aesthetically a little different, but the idea is I'm not gonna reassemble the carbide into the nose piece here because I'm not done with it yet. But we'll put the carbide into the nose piece, screw the nose piece into the die body, pop the spacer in there, decapping pin goes in there, and you'll either have your cap put on there or you'll have your dynamic hold down addition. This is what we planned on doing for the past 44 weeks that we've been working on this, so we'll just stop the accusations that we were copying somebody for another time. I mean, half the time these days I feel like I'm Trump saying that, oh man, I have to announce what I'm going to do, so the person who's trying to compete with me, they have something that they're going to tell their people. So let's go over to the press and let's show you what's going on with this carbide sizing ring. All right, we're over at the press here. We got our nice FW Arms number 5 shell plate in there, along with a 9mm case. Now the nice thing about our die is you'll see it's a full length here. Again, we've been working on this for 44 weeks, all right? We've gone through many different variations of this. This is not something that we just whipped up here in the last few months. So let's go over to the whiteboard and tell you why this is hybrid. All right, here I have presented to you with a Rembrandt quality drawing that I'm known for here. So I'm just kidding about that, obviously. This is the general profile of our sizing ring here for our 9mm. Now, everybody likes a Lee undersized die because of the neck tension that it gives you. 368 thousandths at the neck. What we've done is we've taken the taper of a 9mm, but where the bullet is actually being seated, which is going to turn into a straight wall essentially anyway, we've made that 368. So when you load like 115 or 124 grain projectile, you're getting almost no visible Coke bottle. These chamber beautifully. So that's what I mean by hybrid. You're getting the nice, very consistent looking ammo. You're getting the neck tension that you're supposed to have in the first place. Okay, so now we've talked about the actual carbide ring. We've talked about how we're going to hold it in the die itself so it's positively retained. We didn't do anything crazy. There was no extra piece of whatever that we had to, fold over, do some kind of, cult activity, voodoo on it. I'm not afraid to tell you guys about the profile. I mean, any half-wit with an indicator could get one of these dies and duplicate it. I mean, they could. Let's be honest, you could do that with any die. I want to give you guys very, very good value. We are going to sell our die. We have it on pre-sale on our site right now for $100. We're going to retail it for $125. There really isn't any reason that a carbide die that we're doing like this should cost more. I've been very, very upfront with you guys about the carbide being imported. I would love to do a US sourced carbide. Orders right now don't justify what that cost would be. So you want to order, somebody puts in orders for thousands of these things, I'll go to Kennametal on Monday because I already got a quote from them what the carbide would cost, and we'll get them ground from Kennametal. So I also want to say that I did put in a request to the carbide grinder that they TIN, titanium nitride, coat these. That will also just add to the natural lubricity of the carbide. Now, on that note, I would never advise somebody to run lubeless. I don't care what caliber you're doing. You will get away with it for maybe a few hundred rounds, but it is not an ideal way to do this process. I've been doing machining, tool and die for, I've been really in it for about 20 years, 25 years. I'm 44 now. I really started when I was 19. Lube is a very important thing to consider when you're doing a draw process, which is what this is. So lube your cases, guys. You will be very, very happy that you did. So, I come with that with a background of experience in it. That's really all I have to say on that point. I also want to say that I really, really appreciate everybody coming out there saying how much they love their products. I hope you all notice that we don't do reviews on our website. We just don't. They're not enabled. And the reason is transparency. I have zero control over what you put on social media. That way, it's honest, it's sincere. I love interacting with you guys on your posts at times. I take all the comments, positive, negative. We win them where we can, but at the end of the day, you're not going to get nasty emails from me. Your bad reviews are not going to be masked, hidden from everybody else. So that's just how I roll here. So until next time, again, I'll probably put up another video probably on Tuesday after I can, get everything assembled and ready to show you how this works with the decapper installed. And I'll probably have the optional dynamic hold down ready on it. We sent our very, very first units out that we sent to the testers. Those had dynamic hold downs on them. So we'll get them set up with this kind of newer version of how we're going to do this here, taking advantage of our micronized dynamic hold down. So we'll get you another video. But again, if you want to only pay $100 for a hybrid profile sizing die that makes beautiful ammunition, go to fwarms.com. Go ahead and find it under sizing dies, and you can pre-order yours now. The Carbide's, a little bit less than 60 days out from us. Actually, I should say we're a little bit under 60 days from shipping, as well, as long as all the manufacturing process goes smoothly. So I've told the person doing the Carbide, if it's not going to add any more than 10 days to the original production time, go ahead and just coat them and get them sent to me with the titanium nitride on them. So, and also the titanium nitride is gold because it's gold, and FW Arms really tries to strive for gold level products, and I hope that we've been delivering. So thanks guys, we'll see you later.